Hi there, this is in this video we'll be doing the unboxing for this Letv Max, which is sort of their flagship Android phone. And this Letv was getting a lot of attention due to this budget-oriented device, that is the LE1S. But this is their flagship, and let's do the unboxing. And this one sports a massive screen. It sports that 6.3-inch screen, which is a quad HD screen. So as you can see, it's a massive device. I'll also compare it with some other devices to give you an idea about the screen size. Looks like some paperwork, so I'll just keep this to the side. And here we get a USB-C type adapter, so that is interesting. So it looks like it's a micro USB to a USB-C type adapter, so that's nice. And this is the power brick, and it's a fast charger because it's supporting 5 volts, 9 volts and 12 volts, so we're getting a fast charger. And this looks like the power USB cable. A lot of attention. I haven't seen this much attention being paid to a USB cable long. So this is also a USB-C type, so nice that we are getting an adapter. So if you have your old micro USB cables, you can actually use them. So this is the USB-C type cable that we get. So let me keep these things to the side. And regarding the pricing, this is the 64GB model in the silver gray, and this is going to be sold via Flipkart for 33,000. The press release also said that there will be one more unit that will be in gold color, that will come with 128GB of internal storage, and that would be priced at around 37,000. But this one is for 33,000, and I believe it's going to go on sale from 16th February via Flipkart. I'll have the link in the show notes. So let me just take out this protective case that we have, and it's tight, so let me take that out. So this is the device itself, again metallic build. As you can see, aluminum finish, has the Letv branding. It also says Wi-Fi over here for some reason. Let me give you a physical overview. On the top we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, IR blaster, and again that metallic build with chamfered edges, so looks good. We have a SIM tray slot. We don't get any micro SD card with this, so the storage is what you have. Let's just take it out, and it's a dual SIM device. And as you can see, it accepts 2 SIM cards. One is your normal micro SIM, and the other is the nano SIM. So, but it does not have any micro SD card slot. This is the power button, and on the bottom, USB-C type connector. And openings, we have to check if it's dual speaker or a single speaker. And on this end, the volume rocker, and also we have a toggle over here like we have for the iPhone, so that is sort of interesting. And on the back we have a 21 megapixel rear facing camera with fingerprint sensor and dual LED flash. So let me do one thing. Let me just try to power this on, and let me also give you a comparison. Looks like it's completely dead, so I'll have to charge it. In the meantime, let me give you an idea about the screen size. This one is sporting a 6.3-inch screen. This is the Nexus 6P 5.7-inch. This is the Lenovo Vibe X3 having a 5.5-inch screen, so gives you an idea regarding the screen size. Though it is having that huge 6.3-inch screen, it's not that big. Yes, it's definitely a big device. The width is actually pretty wide, I would say. So as you can see, it's a little bit difficult to reach to all areas of the screen. So let me do one thing. Let me just charge this, then we will continue. So now I have charged this device, so let's power it on. We have the power button over here, and give me haptic feedback, and again gives that branding. And the battery is sealed inside, but the battery capacity is just 3400 milliamp hour, which is sort of weird because it's such a big device. They should have put a larger capacity battery in my opinion, and it runs on this custom UI that is known as the EUI, and this is the initial setup. So I'll just set this up, and we'll continue. In the meantime, I'll give you a configuration overview. This LETV Max is powered by the Snapdragon 810 chipset, which is an octa-core processor. It has 4GB of RAM, 64GB of internal storage. Moving to the screen, it sports a 6.3-inch Quad HD IPS grade screen with a PPI of 466. It weighs 204 grams. It has a 3400 mAh battery. Moving to the camera, it has a 21 megapixel rear facing camera, whereas the front facing camera is a 4 megapixel, that is an ultra pixel camera. It also has NFC fingerprint and an IR blaster. So I've just finished setting up this device, and as you can see, this is the first boot, and it has that black background. Again, it's a massive device sporting that huge 6.33-inch screen. And if we go to, and again, it's a little bit peculiar. You hit the recent apps. This is for the recent apps, and all your toggles also will be over here, something like iOS, I would say. And these touch type capacitive buttons light up when you click them, so it gives a good feel, just like this LE1S, I have to say. And to go to the settings, you have to click this icon, and if we go to about the device, as you can see, it's still running on the Android version 5.0.2, which is sort of old, I would say. It will be interesting to see if this device gets marshmallow, but I am anticipating that will take some time because it's running a very heavy custom UI. So let's look at the storage. This model has 64 gigabytes of internal storage. So let's look at the same. Here is the storage, and out of that 64 gigabytes, the available space that you get is 51.98 gigabytes. That's almost 52 gigabytes. So you get 52 gigabytes of space. But again, we don't have any micro SD card support, so that is what you get. And again, it does not have an app tray, as you can see, so all the icons will be here. And the initial impressions, the UI is fluid, and again, it has that 4 gigabytes of RAM and Snapdragon 810, so performance should not be an issue, but I have to check if it exhibits any heating issues. I'll check that when I do my testing. And definitely this device has some weight. It weighs 204 grams. So using it in a single hand can be a little bit tiring. And it also has this IR blaster, using which you can control devices like television, etc. So you can set that up. For example, if you go to other devices, you can add remote controls for your TV, air conditioners and stuff like that. And it has a lot of options. For example, if you go to TVs, as you can see, most of the popular brands are available. So that's a nice thing. And again, this is the multitasking, as I mentioned. Let's also quickly fire up the web browser. This is the Google Chrome web browser. I'll just accept that. And it has the default Android keyboard. Gives me haptic feedback when I type. And let me force it to the desktop. So that's fine. Let's also look at the camera. They say it has a 21 megapixel camera. So let's just fire that up. And again, the camera app is the same that we found on this 1S. Looks like iOS, as you can see. Let's see the shutter speed. We have the tap to focus. And it took the snap actually very quickly. Let's increase the volume. So if you hit the volume button also, it takes the picture. As you can see, we took quite a few pictures. This came out blurry, for example, like this. So you can use this one, the volume button also, as the shutter. Let's look at this picture. Has a good amount of detail, I have to say. Let's just focus, take a picture and focus on this text. And let's look at that one now. And as you can see, the text is actually very clear, even though it was pretty far like this. So looks like a good camera. The front facing camera is supposed to be ultra pixel, so that will be interesting. So again, guys, that's it for now for this unboxing and first look at this LETV Max. If you have any specific questions around this device, do post them in the YouTube comments and I'll try to include them in my review. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in my next video.